Even those people who think they know the show and its familiar squadron of falcons, owls, and hawks will be surprised to see the new acts and characters that have been added.
It's going to be fairly similar, but we're going to have some new flight crew cast members that we're going to bring into that show. So if anybody saw it last year, it's going to be slightly different and a little bit more fun because, you know, each year that goes by we're able to acquire and train more and more birds.
Now they've found a second home inside the Big Springs Theater, which means flight conditions will always be just right for every show.
Right now we're in the indoor area, which is another version of our show. It's going to be our fallback plan for bad weather when winter really gets here, rainy days, windy days. So if people come out, they're still going to be able to see a good show.
And anyone who chooses to take advantage of the backstage passes we're offering will experience a one-of-a-kind flight training session with the birds.
We're kind of bringing our outside flight crew into the inside program, starting them up. We're getting them started. And then eventually we'll be outside, but we're doing the first baby steps inside and letting them participate and getting the birds to come back to us and do part of their training exercise.
With a select audience as an essential part of the process.
It's actually beneficial to all of us. I mean, in a sterile environment, if we were to come into a theater or any kind of a setting and train our birds to do it with no live audience or people, they would get very comfortable with that. And then you start adding people, and then you go back to ground zero, you start over.
It's a rehearsal process that's well worth seeing for those visitors who have been fans since the very beginning of Wings Over the Springs.
We come out all the time for it because it's interesting, and it's fantastic every time you see it. When those birds are flying over your head, just like they did in here, it's fantastic.
Those birds were flying right over your head, weren't they?
Yes.
How close?
I don't know, like 2 centimeters away.
I just like to share my passion, which is the birds of prey, with people, and I enjoy the fact that people actually have some interest in being able to answer their questions.
And to pique their curiosity by letting them interact so closely with these creatures when they're in flight and at rest.
It feels like 40 pounds when you're holding out there, like, ah. But yeah, it was great.
It was normal to me.
It was normal?
Yes.
Just to hold a falcon?
Yes.
Okay, did she like look at you? Did you look in her eyes and see her
She
feathers?
was
Is that a falcon look? Show me that falcon look again. How's it go?
It's really something special to make people comfortable while opening their eyes to the wonders of these birds.
You know, I don't really know how to explain what I want them to leave with, but I hope when they leave they have got what they wanted to get.
Which always seems to be more than anybody expects and as constantly astonishing as each free flight.
Every weekend it's better and better and better and better. The more and as it gets better, we're never satisfied, we add something else.